Welcome to But I'm a Lesbian, the podcast where we serve all baddie sass, queer film reviews, and everything in between. Whether you are baby gay
or a queer elder, we're here, we're queer, and we're diving deep into all things lesbian. We're your hosts, Caitlin
and Angelina.
Get ready for some sapphic serotonin and a sugar rush because we got vegan candy today. I was really excited about this. As you know, if you've listened to other episodes, I'm vegan. Vegans love to talk about being vegan, right? But I saw this candy online and they were doing a deal, so I bought some and I really want to try it. So we're going to try it on here together and maybe they'll sponsor us because it's probably going to be good. I don't know. And it's made out of oat milk and the brand is Break Free Candy. And it's called Peanut Overload. It says it's an indulgent treat loaded with peanuts, luscious peanut butter, caramel, and chocolate. That sounds fucking good to me.
Yeah, that does.
I don't know how I'm gonna open it while I hold this.
Do the other side. How many lesbians does it take to open a vegan candy bar?
I mean, you can see.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you probably should.
Don't look.
Oh, wow.
I have sharp teeth in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this kind of does look like a Nutrageous.
Yeah.
Wait, but it has caramel in it and Nutrageous don't. Okay, do you want to like break off a piece of that peanut overload bar?
Wow, look at that, guys.
Whoa, it's like the cheese pull that people do.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Okay.
Mmm.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
That peanut butter is luscious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You guys saw that caramel, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna eat the rest later. My wife is gonna hate
off camera
to edit this because she has that thing where she hates listening to people eat.
Oh no, sorry, Mom.
But some people love listening to people eat.
Oh, like ASMR and
yes,
mm-hmm.
because I love ASMR, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
And but sometimes there's ones where I really want to do it, but I don't know if I want to show my face, but
that's really good.
Yes! Okay, they do the thing with like the wax can. Have you heard of this? Oh, there's caramel all over me.
I know, I just wiped it
caramely. Have you heard of the wax candy? Okay, I keep seeing it on TikTok, but it's like silly because you can't eat the wax. So you pay a bunch of money for this wax that's filled with jelly.
Mm-hmm.
But you just crack the wax because people like to crack it with their teeth and make the sounds and make the videos.
But you can't eat
it.
And
you can't eat it. You have to spit out the wax and you just eat the jelly that's inside.
It's so unsatisfying.
And there's probably somebody with a fetish for like watching people like eat and
it's
spit.
Just a bunch of videos.
You know, like
yeah.
I don't know. That's my guess, but it just seems like you're wasting a lot of money.
That's true.
Anywho, so that was really good. I really would love if they would send me more candy. I love chocolate. Are you like a chocolate person or like a gummy, like fruit candy type of person, or both?
I want to say both, but I do love chocolate more.
I do too.
Yeah, it's just so good.
My wife is more like she loves like gummies,
More the gummy
and stuff. Yeah, which.
That's how yummy it is. She doesn't like chocolate. So when we get chocolate, I end up eating it because I'm like, you don't even like chocolate.
If for some reason anyone else is looking for good vegan chocolate bars, I'm going to tell you that Trader Joe's has the little oat chocolate bars. They're like...
Oh, I've tried them. Are they like pink?
No. The pink ones are the ones with crunchies in them.
Yeah.
But the plain ones I like better. They're brown.
Ooh.
It's like there's chocolate in here. It's like brown. It's delish. And then also Lindt brand,
okay,
Lindt.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a bunch of vegan chocolate bars now, but the best one is it's like oat milk chocolate with salted caramel. It's like little tiny crunchy caramel bits. They're so good. They kind of get stuck like in your teeth because they're like sticky.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good though. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about a movie from the 90s called Go Fish. It stars Guinevere Turner, and I think, did she write it? Or
yes, she was one of the writers for it, which is so cool. I love Guinevere Turner. As if you watched our other episode, she was in The Watermelon Woman.
Yes, and she was Gabby DeVoe
Yes,
in the L word.
Yeah.
I think in our last episode, I don't think we mentioned the L word. I feel like that's our first episode.
Yeah, we
that
did.
We did.
Didn't
We did?
I want to say we did.
I don't know.
We did. We most likely did.
I can't. It was only 6 seasons, but it's like my mind feels like it was.
We need to do
forever.
a watch party for the
I
L
know.
word.
I know. Okay, I'm also really excited about the New York reboot that
I know.
potentially is happening at Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
At Paramount. I just keep saying it. It's not the same as tagging I'm tagging you with my mind. So anyway, this film has. Okay, they do this in the L word too. They have a discussion about what to call private parts.
Yes.
Lady bits. I guess that's also a thing you could call them.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to ask, what are your favorite names for those parts?
Tacos de panocha. So that I honestly never had like a nickname for it. I guess when I was younger, they were just called like private parts, but then I obviously learned that it's like your vagina and like people shouldn't obviously like the proper terminology and stuff and like when you're a kid. But when I got older, I just always referred to it as my vagina. I guess I never really had like. I don't know. I never really said like how I know they mentioned like honey pot or like love mound, and they're just like
love mound
cunts.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I know you have 2 words, so
I do.
You do.
What am I? Okay, I say bajojo.
Yes, I do like that one. That one's funny. I like it.
I think it's funny. And then what else do I say?
You said something else besides bajojo. It was like.
Oh, well, my wife might edit this out. I call hers her little.
Oh my god! She's so gonna edit that out. It's like,
Anyway, what else do I say?
So I don't know. I'm like.
Okay, well, usually I say bajojo. I think it took me a really long time to be okay with like pussy, because I feel like it sounds gross and it makes me think of like gross old men saying it, but it's okay when.
But it's okay when a woman says it. I like reclaiming that.
Yeah.
Maybe vagina or just pussy. That's
Also, I do like the word labia.
Yeah.
I think I said this on the podcast that I had a friend that I helped make her seed name and it was Lindsay Labia.
Oh yeah, you did.
Anyway, I do think it's funny. I think I do remember on the L word one that Bet is like, I like yoni.
Oh yeah, she does.
Which is fine. That's a cool word. I don't know. That's not what I say. I remember what I was gonna say.
What?
I don't call it this, but when my wife was growing up, her family called it your butterfly. And so we were at the store one day and we saw toilet paper and the brand was Butterfly Fresh. And I was like, this is so funny. I had to send it to her and her sister. I was like, oh, for your butterflies.
You're like, for your butterflies. That is creative.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, I think it's interesting that there are so many different names that they use. But yeah, I do think it's important. Okay, when I was a kid, it was before it was like talked about that you should teach kids the proper names.
Yeah.
My mom always called it hoo-hoo. Oh. So it was like, my hoo-hoo, your hoo-hoo.
Oh, okay.
And also, I wasn't allowed to say butt until I was like 12 because it's a bad word. I had to say bottom. What did you have to say?
No, when I was just like, oh yeah, like my butt hurts, or like don't, I don't know, like you sit too long. Like my butt hurts, guys. They would just say like your bottom too, or they're just my rear end, guys.
Your hiney.
Yeah. Especially in Spanish too, when I like had learned and I was like, oh my god, like can I say that? And they're like, no, it's like actually worse than what you're saying butt in English. And I'm like, oh okay, my bad. Same for boobs. You know how they were like your chichis?
Yeah.
I only ever knew them as the very proper breasts. Okay. I did not know that there were other names. I knew chichis because that, but I did not know that there were like you could say boobs or titties. And I'm like, the fuck is a titty?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I know until I heard people saying it and they were like pointing. I'm like, oh, I have titties.
Yes. Okay. I don't know. Titties is fine, but like I don't feel like I ever say that or like tits. I always say boobs. Or
boobs is what you know. Yeah.
And sometimes I say breasties because I think it's funny because it's like making the like very correct term a little silly.
Yeah.
my breasties. I don't know. What is it? You've seen Hocus Pocus, right?
Yes.
What do you call them, Max? Yabos?
Oh my god!
I was like, you're like, what is it? He's like, yeah, Max loves your Yabos, Allison. Okay. Anyway, I don't think we were supposed to talk about boobs, but we're not allowed to show them in public, therefore they are like a private
Which
part.
is crazy because men get to show their all the time.
I know. America likes to shame women.
They just hate women.
Yes. Okay, so I want to know, do you have a hot take or a burning desire for this movie?
Surprisingly, my hot take is that I don't have a hot take for this because I love this movie.
You love it so much.
Even the parts that I know you hate.
You love that. It's
I like the discussion. I like the discussion, and maybe I can give a spoiler here, but like, there is a lesbian on here that sleeps with men, and there's like a little like court hearing that they have, and the other lesbians are like, no, you're not a lesbian if you call yourself that. Which I agree with. If you sleep with men, you're not a lesbian. But I just like that they included that discussion in there, and that it's always been the like.
It's always been like
if you sleep with men, you're not a lesbian. Betty who?
Yeah, but it's always been Trisha Cook. It's always been a topic within,
JoJo Siwa.
But it's always been like a topic within lesbian communities, and I think I don't know, I don't think this is extreme of me. I feel like my take on it, and my hot take was, if you choose to have sex with men, you shouldn't call yourself a lesbian, and that I guess this is controversial. Apparently, even
which is crazy.
But I just feel like lesbianism is like a sexuality that doesn't center men and doesn't include men, and it really bothers me when people do these like mental gymnastics to try to like include men. And I'm like, fucking leave men out of it.
Even the term where it's like non-men loving non-men, and I'm like,
I know, it's whatever. That's fine. Maybe this is me being like old, and I can always learn. But like, to me, I thought lesbian was like WLW, like women loving women. But I know that there are people that identify as a lesbian that are like non-binary, and obviously if someone is a trans woman, they can be a lesbian. And if someone is a trans man and they still identify with that lesbian identity, then that's like more on them. I am just worried about people trying to include their cishet boyfriend or like their
my boyfriend's a lesbian.
And didn't Betty who say something like he's basically like a gay, like he loves hanging out with gays and blah blah blah.
Like you said, it really depends on there, but we're talking about specifically like
I'm talking about
cishet men that are like, I'm a lesbian too.
Yeah, I hate that. Like the guy in the Debs episode that was like, oh, the gay thing's kind of hot.
Yeah, at first he was like, no, I'm not gonna say
that are like that. And being like, I'm a lesbian.
At first he's like, oh no, I'm not gonna say anything because that's embarrassing. Like, my ex-girlfriend was with another woman, and then he's like, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's really hot. Yeah. So it's totally okay.
Yes, and like, I don't know if we've talked about this specifically on the pod before. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We're on episode 15 now. We've talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I just feel like lesbian, the word is so fetishized, and like half the time if you look up lesbian, you're finding porn, and I think it's really sad because we're not here for the male gaze to be looking at us and jacking off. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, just leave men out of it. Bug me. Anyway, so yeah, that was my hot take. That I don't think Daria is a lesbian because she likes to have sex with her friend that is a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay, Daria.
That's allowed. Just stop using the term. Anywho, we are going to take a break now. So grab yourself some tea, and when we get back, we'll get back into the recap. Welcome back to But I'm a Lesbian. This week we are discussing Go Fish, a 1994 black and white film that tackles some serious LGBTQ plus issues, some that we're still dealing with today, and also has its fair share of interesting situations.
That is a really nice way to put it. I think if you guys obviously, know us at all, we have very strong opinions on a lot of things, especially when it has, it's why we have a podcast, because we need to share our opinions on it. So this is one of my favorite movies. How did you feel about this movie, first and foremost?
You know what's funny? I feel bad because I said I never saw this movie, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh, I've seen this before. I just forgot about it because I was so annoyed by Daria's scene thing. I think I literally forgot.
blocked it out.
I forgot that I had seen it.
Yeah.
And then I was watching it, and I was like, wait, I've seen this before.
Not to mention that it's in black and white, and I know that's probably
I just don't
really
like
boring
black
for
and white.
you.
Yeah. I do think people look really nice in black and white, like in like pictures.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite of our elopement pictures is a black and white one because I'm like, oh man, people just look like prettier in black and white sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like I looked prettier in black and white. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Anyway, tell us the recap.
So this movie's very artsy. Like there's a lot going on in between the cutscenes. So there's a lot that I'm gonna leave out because it'd be really hard to explain every single thing. Like, as Max is narrating, which is she's the main character, Guinevere Turner, there's like hands shown and scenes and music and stuff, but I like that part of it. So anyways, the film starts off in like a class situation and there are people listing, the teacher says, list women that you think were lesbians. And so people were like, oh my god, like Lily Tomlin. Well, they reached her at the end, but people are listing off these people that they think are lesbians, which we just do that for fun. So
yeah, didn't they say like Joan of Arc?
Yes,
like,
which I feel like that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like I can see that. But
Calamity Jane.
Yeah, Calamity Jane's definitely in there. So we see Max, she's writing about like a misconnection with a woman that she is supposed to have met on a bus, and instead of like how it's thwarted by like just the random, like just life in general. So Max is very like, she's a writer. She's narrating this whole thing, and we see everyone's like day getting started, like new characters. She has a roommate named Kia who is a college professor, and her girlfriend Evie, and I thought they were a really cute couple. Anyways,
So that's funny that the girlfriend's name is Evie, because isn't Evie one of the characters from Incredibly True Adventures of Two Girls in Love?
yes, Evie. Oh my god,
Was this just a popular 90s name? Because they were both from like the same era.
Yeah, you know what? Probably.
Yeah, it's a cute name.
It is a cute name. I liked it.
Yeah.
And so Max reminds her roommate, Kia, that she's supposed to read her book because Kia's a college professor, very, very professional. And she's like, don't forget, meet me at the cafe. So then fast forward, they're at the cafe and Kia's reading Max's book and she's like giving her some tips, but they get into discussions as friends do, and Max is just like, oh my god, I haven't had sex in 10 months, which is what Kia's like, you haven't dipped into the honey pot. And then she's like, oh my god, you're so 70s, like why are you calling it a honey pot? And then Max is just like, I haven't slept with anyone, and Kia's like, you're so like 70s, you're saying slept, it's sex, it's fucking, like, it is what it is. But then Kia's like, let me pick out somebody for you, like let me just help you with this. And we see Eli, who's in the back reading, and when I first watched this I was like, I didn't find myself like that interested in Eli, but watching this back I'm like, I really like Eli.
I felt bad for this part because they're totally talking about her, like, and I feel like she can hear.
That's the thing. Okay, I feel like she didn't hear at first because like they were like sort of like, oh, Kia's like, I know Eli, and points to her. She's just minding her business at the coffee shop, reading her book and just doing what any normal person would. And Max is just like, oh my god, no, she looks like a total hippie with her long hair. Her hair's not even that long.
Yeah, and she called her ugly.
Her ugly. And
I feel like that's so rude. And
I did, but yeah, she is rude for that.
I mean, Max is really pretty,
you can just
as
say,
you've said, but you can't just go around calling people ugly just because they're not as beautiful as Guinevere Turner.
She's like, oh my god, she's such a total hippie, which is really interesting because I didn't get hippie from her at all. Like, her hair was literally like probably my length, and she just didn't wear makeup.
It was just kind of like a wild hair, but like also I think it's interesting.
It's giving 90s to me.
Yes, but it's also interesting because this was shot in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. okay, because the 70s were only 20 years, 15 to 20 years before that,
Yeah.
right? So if we were to like look at somebody now, what we'd be like, "Ugh, he looks kind of emo," because like, you know, something that was cool if he had sort of sideswiped hair.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. It's like the 70s seemed like more like they were more recent, but like out of touch enough to be like, ugh, 70s, hippie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird because you were not born and I was a very young child, so I wasn't old enough to like understand what was happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting, and I thought it was really mean that they called her ugly.
I know. I always felt bad when she was just like, ew, no. Like, why would you want to set me up with her? But anyways, as they're leaving, Kia's like, oh my God, Eli, is that you? And she's like, oh, hey. She's a really, like, nice person. That's what she seems like. She's like, oh yeah, I'm just here, you know, like reading my book. And Max introduces herself, and Eli mentions that she has a girlfriend, Kate, in Seattle. And they're long distance. And then Max decides to be mean again after Eli leaves.
He's so mean.
And she's just like, oh my God, well, that's one friend that I'm not going to date. Like, ew, like, no. And so basically, Kia's like, get over yourself. Like, you need to be humbled, girl, because you are so rude. And so I always did think that that was, like, pretty rude. And if, like, that was Kia's supposed to be Eli's friend, so I'd be like, well, then you don't deserve to date her if you're calling her all these names. Also, so that would have, like, ended there.
Maybe, I mean, I don't think this is, like, weird of me to think, but, like, they sort of end up, like, dating at some point, kind of.
Yeah.
If I found out that the first time I met my wife, she was telling her friend that I was ugly.
And a hippie or just everything.
I'd be like, fuck you, it's over this.
Yeah.
Because how rude.
Your first impression is that you were ugly. Like, that would hurt my feelings so much.
So
mean.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
I'm
it is.
so mad about it.
I just can't get over that because I'm like, how are you going to be so judgmental?
Yeah, and I also don't think Eli's ugly. She just looks like average person. Like,
she's
not like super beautiful, but she just looks like normal.
Yeah. So Kia tries to set them up and is like, hey, let's all go see a movie. Or she tells Max that she's going to see a movie. So Max goes over to Eli's house where we see Daria, the non-lesbian.
But we think she's a lesbian.
We think she's a lesbian because she's supposed to be like the typical like fuckboy lesbian. Like, oh, hey, like you're looking good, Max. Like, she's hitting on Max while she has a girl right there with her. And that's Daria and Eli are roommates. And anyways, Eli's like, she's like, oh, hey, where's Kia? And Max is like, I think Kia's like setting us up because she said something came up at work and she can't see the movie with us. And so so then she like went all the way over there and she was just like, oh, hey, I guess we shouldn't see it without her because she really wanted to see this movie. So they agreed to be like, okay, bye. And then Max is like, you know what? On second thought, let's go see the movie. I came all the way out here. Let's just do it, right? So they go, they come back. They are having a little discussion about the movie. Max hates it because she's like, oh my God, why is it that like all gay people hate themselves in the movie? And Eli's like, well, we can't expect like one gay person to represent the entirety of the LGBTQ plus community. And Max is like, well, all right, I guess so. And then they have this whole weird thing where Max is like, don't say tea, please, because you have so much tea. And there's just tea all over. And remember, Eli's like, do you want tea? And Max is like, okay, enough with the tea. But they sit down, they talk, they flirt a little bit, and they end up kissing. But then Eli gets a call, and it goes to voicemail. And Daria's voicemail was really funny. She was like, hey, if you're here to see me. Oh, also, Eli lives here too. Yeah. So you can leave her a message. Yeah. But she just assumes that all the calls are for her. And then we hear Kate on the other end. And she's like, hey, like, call me back. I miss you. I was really thinking about you. And Max is like, is that your mom? And she's like, no, that's Kate, my partner. And Max is immediately like, oh, fuck. Let me, like, back up. Like, oh. And then they start talking about their relationship and how they both don't want to move for the other person. Like, Kate moved to Seattle, but Eli's not willing to leave just yet, even though she's not in school. So Max is just like, well, that sucks because that means that you haven't had sex in 2 years. But then we also just kissed, so.
Yeah, I mean, she does that with everybody.
Yeah, but then she finds out that they aren't monogamous. So she's like, this is a little weird. Like, why did we even do this? So
yeah.
I thought that was interesting too because it happens so like you would think they're on a date. It happens so naturally.
Yeah.
And so then Daria, Evie, and Kia are in like this little like cute circle, like laying down. You know when you're kids and you like lay down and it's like spread out. And then Daria has another girl, which again, the whole fuckboy lesbian thing, and they're like, oh, who is this person? And she's like, oh, this is so-and-so. They're discussing Max and Eli's date and how they think that Kate and Eli should break up because they are just holding on to each other because they don't want to be single and they really haven't been a couple, just like, you know,
for years.
Yeah, so they're like, we think Max and Eli would be cute together, and they start plotting on how to get them together, which I think is funny, but so then Max confronts Kia and she's like, you just wanted to set me up, and Kia's like, no I didn't, but then she's like, yeah I did. She's like, I did, but you also kissed. And she's like, well, why does it, like, it sucks because all the girls that I'm interested in are in relationships or they're just like not for me. So we see that Max is starting to feel Eli a little bit, which is so funny. All it took was a literal conversation with her for her to not be so fucking judgmental. But Daria, Evie, and Kia, again, are discussing in the same little circle about how Eli is, like, down in the dumps because she's, like, you know, like, she needs change in her life, but she's just not ready to do it. And Daria's like, don't worry, there will be change. She has to hit rock bottom, and then she'll, like, do, like, a complete, you know, makeover of herself and everything else. And so they're just basically still plotting on, like, how can we get these two together, basically. So then Daria's dating a different girl, and she is a hairdresser, and Eli's like, I want to get a cut. Like, I think they literally have the same haircut. The one that Daria's dating,
pretty much,
they have the same haircut that she gives Eli, and Eli looks so hot, and I love her haircut. So.
Yeah,
I thought
she's not ugly. She's just normal
she's
looking.
Not.
And then when she gets her little mask haircut, I'm like, alright.
She looks hotter to me. The first time I watched it, I was just like, you know, I didn't really see a difference. Or I just wasn't that into her. I was more into Gwen Turner. But then I saw this again. I was like, oh my god, Eli. Like, how did I not notice this? But I didn't say she was ugly. So basically after this, Daria is confronted by a group of lesbians. They, like, kidnap her. And it's like a group of people, and they're like ordering the court, basically. Was it true that you are having sex with a man? And it's like back and forth. People, the other lesbians are like, you need to tell me before you have sex with a man because I don't sleep with women that have sex with men. And Daria's like defending this, and she's just like, it's just sex. I love women. I want to be with women, but it's just sex. And they're like, it's more than that. There are feelings involved in this. They're like, it's okay to have sex with men, but you can't call yourself a lesbian. Like, just don't say that. Which I feel like how they were telling her this was pretty reasonable. If you have sex with men, I don't think you can be a lesbian.
Yeah,
and they
because
were like,
men love to think that, I've had sex with lesbians before, so any girl that says she's lesbian, I can probably, like, turn her. And it's, like, because of people like Daria. Yeah. That's why it makes me mad.
And it's even worse that she's like, oh, it's just my friend, so it's just sex. Like, when I feel like it, they're like, so... You admit that it's not just like, and then I like how she compared it. She's like, if a gay man has sex with a woman, he was drunk, or it was a one-time thing, or whatever, that doesn't, like, dismiss his, like, identity as a gay man. But she's not just doing it, like, if she's drunk, or it was a one-time thing, or whatever. She's doing it, like, pretty often. She's saying, like, I am having sex with men and also women. So I feel like she doesn't have an argument there.
I would think if a gay man was having sex with women for fun, I would think that he's bi.
Yeah. But she tried to say, like, she tried to say it's like, oh, it's a one-time thing, like, if he's, like, gets drunk and sleeps with a girl. But they're like, it's not a one-time thing. You're doing this. It's the same for if it were a gay man. If they were, it's the same thing. So then we skip to Max, and she's, like, writing this very, like, thoughtful story about how she's like, I'm always afraid of not being out to people around me, which same girl, I felt that way, where I'm like, how can I make sure people know that I'm a lesbian all the time when they look at me? And she's just like, you know, explaining about that. But then she's like, well, what if I were to get married to a man and we have kids? And she's like in a wedding dress, and there's a lot of other women in wedding dresses, and she's like going more and more on about like the traditional family life. But then she's like, I don't fear like ending up waiting for a man, but I have an eerie feeling that a man is waiting for me. Which I was like, okay, girl, I can see that. Maybe that ties into with, like, you know, they think it's just a phase. Because she did say, like, it's, some people think it's a phase. And, like, oh, once you're over, you're just going to end up with the man. Which is the man waiting for her. Which is horrifying. That's a horror story.
No. American Horror Story.
No, literally, jump scare. So, meanwhile, Max is having her very, you know, artsy, thoughtful writing session. Evie goes home because she doesn't live with Kia and Max. She goes home, and we can see throughout the movie that her mom keeps calling her, and she's just like, oh yeah, I'll be home. I'm just like staying the night at a friend's house. So we know that she's not out. We see that her mom is there, and her ex-boyfriend Junior is there.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck Junior. Because what the fuck did he think was gonna happen? Anyways, so she's like, oh hi, she was gonna give her mom a kiss, and her mom's like, don't kiss me, sit down. I heard you were at a lesbian bar. You were at a gay bar. Is that how I raised you? She's like, what are you talking about? She doesn't say no, but then her mom immediately is like, oh my god, it's true. And Junior's just like, sitting there like, that'll get her to be with me. Because what the fuck?
Yeah, like he really thought she was going to be like, oh, now that you told my mom that I'm gay, I'm going to run back
I'm going to run back and be with you.
Like,
it's so disgusting. That's so weird. Like, that backfired completely on him. And her mom's just really upset with Evie. And she's just like, that's not how I raised you. You're going to, like, basically go to hell. That's disgusting. And Junior's just like, oh, she slaps her. Evie's mom slaps her, and Junior's like, oh my god, let's calm down. What the fuck does you think is gonna, like, what? And so she's just like, you know what, whatever, I'm gone. Her mom kicks her out and is like, don't come back here. If you leave right now, and you don't want to be straight, then don't come back here. So Evie's obviously really upset, and she goes over to Kia and Max's, and Kia's not there, and Max tries to help the situation, but she's just like, I wish we could get a bunch of dykes and just, like, beat him up and stuff. And Evie's like, this is not helping. I don't give a fuck about Junior. I'm homeless. And she's like, well, you can stay with us. Like, we'll be your family. And Evie's like, I guess. Like, I don't know about you, but obviously her girlfriend, you know. So I feel like they kind of glossed over that one. Because it was like, you know, like trying to give other characters like their moment too. But that must have been really hard. Because as we can tell that like Evie, her mom is like speaking Spanish. So she is some... I don't know if they say specifically exactly what she is, but she's Latinx, and you know how they feel about gay people. It's not really accepted, so she's thrown out, and you know, now
she's really sad.
She can't even speak to her mom.
Yeah, I did think it was interesting. I'm you know, glad that they put that in because they didn't really show anybody else's family.
They didn't. They showed,
just showing like what can happen, unfortunately, when people come out or are forced to come out, are outed like
by
that.
their ugly ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, he's just mad because he's ugly.
Yeah, and he's just like,
he is ugly. We're allowed to call him ugly.
Yeah, he is ugly. He's just crazy for that. And then he's just like, whoa, I didn't know that it was gonna blow up like this. I just wanted her to be with me. Oh my gosh, just, like, what the fuck? And also she's older too because her girlfriend Kia is a college professor, and she looks like a nurse. So she's not like a teenager or whatever.
I think it's...
But that's why I'm like...
She's like 30, probably. Yeah. But, you know, it's expensive to move out.
No,
so
absolutely.
Living, like, you know, with her family.
So, obviously, Evie moves in. They don't really show that, but it's implied that she lives with Kia and Max now. And Daria and Eli are talking about what happened with Max, like that whole date thing and everything, and she's just like, you know, are you going to ask her out again? Like, what's going on with you and Kate? And she's just like, well, she's sort of undecided because she's just like, I really don't know what to do. And Daria's just like, oh my god, it's so simple. Like, ask her out. You clearly like her. And
yeah,
so
probably break up with your girlfriend. It's
break up with your girlfriend
weird
first.
That they're all encouraging her to like date someone else. Like,
yeah,
when like she does have a girlfriend technically, like that's
she literally has a girlfriend. They're just long distance, but you're still in a relationship.
That makes me mad. Like that's what I put when I was saying like it's a lot of interesting situations. That's mainly the situation. Why are they all egging her to cheat on her girlfriend?
Yeah, like
it's weird.
Yeah, everyone is just like, oh, it's so, you know, they're just better together, and I'm just like, oh my god, can you imagine being Kate in Seattle? I'd be like, fuck you guys, you're supposed to be my friends.
I know.
I like can't imagine that, but yes, I agree. Eli should have broken up with Kate before she's like pursuing anything, which is why she's like sort of pulling back and not really interacting. Like her and Max see each other at a store, and Max is just like, oh my god, your girlfriend is gonna love this haircut. Like,
oh yeah,
she left you as a femme and now you're like butch, and you know she likes it.
Literally all she did was get a haircut. She still dresses the same.
There's just like, you're so butch with that hair. Me cutting my hair thinking that's gonna be I know. I'm like, this
wow.
changes me.
So
I'm like,
cool.
where do I get my flannels? What do I
Everyone
do?
can tell I'm a lesbian now that I got this pixie cut.
I feel like fucking Megan and I'm a cheerleader was like, well, I have to learn how to live as a lesbian now.
Oh yeah, do you guys know how to be a lesbian?
They're like, you're probably gonna have to figure that out. She's like, well, I need a new wardrobe. I need like,
I have to cut my
that's how I felt when I was like, well, it's time for a fucking makeover. So Daria's like, I'm gonna have a dinner party and you're invited. Please come, you know, which I thought they were gonna have it at their house, but no, Daria has it at one of like her many flings house. That's where she has the dinner party. And Eli looks very hot in suspenders. She does, but she's like cooking, which is why I think Daria's like, please tell me you'll come, because she's like, you're gonna cook everything, but also we want to set up you and Max. So
yeah,
everyone starts pouring in, and Max is late, but she's just like, oh hey, you know, like I'm here, and you know, her and Eli are talking. They play a very interesting game of Never Have I Ever.
Oh yeah, that was awkward.
In which Evie reveals that she has slept with Daria, and Daria is like, oh yeah, and Max confuses it, thinking that when you take a drink of it, that means that you haven't done it. So they're like, what, you slept with Daria? And she's like, no, I haven't. But Evie's just like, well, I have, and it was a mistake. It was a long time ago. And so basically, Daria's fling, I don't remember her name, but she's like, so basically everyone in here has slept with Daria. That's really interesting.
Except Max.
And Max is like, not me.
And Kia
did not sleep with her
because
either.
Kia was mad, which
Kia
I
was
understand
mad.
why she would be mad, because it seems to me like I would think, I don't know how serious their relationship is, but they're living together now, so it seems pretty serious. I would think that if there was a friend that like my wife hung out with a lot and I had like had sex with that friend before, I would probably tell her and not tell her in front of everybody, because I just felt like she felt like kind of weird and like left out, like, oh, everybody knew this thing and I didn't even know it.
Yeah, because she was like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. I don't think she should have told her there.
But they were just establishing that she was like an early Shane prototype. Obviously, she's not. She's no Shane. Shane is so
never
fucking
slept
hot.
with men.
Oh yeah, and also like Shane is Shane. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Daria cannot hold a candle to Shane.
She cannot. She's
Oh, I love her.
You're like, oh my god.
Time to rewatch the L Word.
So basically, after that very interesting little game, or someone's like, oh, let's play spin the bottle instead. Like, that's not gonna get really fucking weird. But anyways, Max is helping Eli with the dishes, and they're talking, they're flirting, and so they're like, so should we like go out? Like, are you gonna ask me on a date? And
even though you have a girlfriend.
I know, and they still up to this point haven't said specifically like, yes, I broke up with Kate. So, but Max and Eli are just like, fuck it, we have an attraction, we're gonna kiss. Yeah. So they kiss. And everyone, their friends, are very happy. They're like, oh my god, they're kissing. Yes, like this worked, the dinner party worked, and all this other stuff. And so over time, they are speaking on the phone, which I think is really cute. And they're just talking about stuff. And then Max basically is like, so can I ask you, did you break up with Kate? Like, can we go on a date? And Eli's like, well, I left her a message, which is a shitty way to get broken up with.
After they've been together for how many
years? 2 years.
I think they were together for longer than 2 years, because haven't they been separate, like living
They've been separate for 2 years.
So they must have been together for like a while before that too.
I really lose my mind.
Yeah, what the fuck?
As Kate in Seattle, I'd like be so upset. But she's like, I called her and she didn't answer, so I left her a message. And Max just laughs and is like, oh my god, you left her a voicemail?
Oh my god.
She's like, oh my god, don't break up with me this way.
What a dreamboat.
I know. She's like, does that mean you're dateable now? And then they're like, yeah, let's go on a date. Like, where do you want to go? And they're like, I don't know. So Max is like, just come over and we'll decide from there. And I'm like, oh my god, that part was really fucked up. But apparently, I guess the relationship was doomed, but still, that's a shitty way to break up with somebody.
I know.
So, and then right after that, they talk over the phone, how cute. And then I said, LOL, about the honey pot or love mount or girl patch.
Oh, when they have that conversation.
It was right after they talked, and then they're in that little like circle thing again, or like more like a with a new girl.
Like they keep kind of cutting to like this scene where it's like the other like Daria
like they're all
Kia and the other girls are like laying there and they're talking about
like
what's happening in the movie, kind of, or a random thing,
or
like,
random.
What do you call the JoJos?
Yeah, like what do you call them? Which we had our discussion earlier.
They say love mount, and when I was watching it with my wife, she thought they said watermelon, and she's like, "Is that why Cheryl named that movie The Watermelon Woman?" And I was like,
"That is hilarious.
What are you talking about?" She's like, "They just said they call it watermelon," and I'm like, "No one calls a JoJo a watermelon." That's like a really weird thing.
You never know.
She made me rewind it because she was so sure that's what they said.
Like,
no, they said love mound. It didn't sound that much. I guess maybe a little like watermelon.
It did kind of how she said it, because even I had to go back and be like, wait, what did she say exactly?
Watermelon.
So, watermelon sugar. I keep thinking of that hairstyle song.
I was doing the Beyonce.
Oh.
I've been drinking.
Oh my god, watermelon.
Yeah. You're like,
there's so many things, That's what it makes me think of, because it was so popular.
Yes.
And sorry. No, you're okay. I'm like, so then after Eli and Max, they have their date. Max is like waiting to use the shower, but Kia and Evie are taking a shower together. And she's just like, oh my god, like I'm supposed to get ready for my date. But she's not really mad about it. She's just like, well, okay, that only leaves me like 10 minutes to shower and get ready. Which, girl, oh my god, how are you like this bad on time management? I would be like ready by 10 a.m. if I had a date later on in the day.
She's just like young, wild, and free. Like, like that's like a...
Yeah, I guess so, because...
I'm so busy writing, She's
like, I just wrote for like 7 hours and now I'm going to take like a shower and I have a date in 10 minutes. But anyways, they're like, okay, well, have fun. So she's in the shower and Eli's like, as she's showering, Eli is like getting ready at her house and like trying to, look nice, presentable. And so then Eli arrives and Max is like, what the fuck, like go, or she's like, go away, because she thinks it's Kia or Evie, and Eli's like, no, it's me, I'm here, and she's like, how'd you get in? And she's like, oh yeah, Evie and Kia let me in on the way out, and she's like, oh my god, they're always doing this, like, I could be like naked out here or whatever.
Oh no, I don't want to see naked.
She's like, oh my god, no, because there's Daria is telling Eli and Kia and Evie are telling Max, like, oh, just don't have sex on my bed, and she's like, we're not gonna do it, like, oh my god, it's just our first date, like, it's not like what this, like, whole movie is leading up to or anything. And so Eli's just sitting down and Max is like, it'll take me like 5 minutes to get ready, don't worry. She comes out, so Eli is sitting down and Max is like, don't worry, it's gonna take me like 5 minutes to get ready, and she's like, just take a seat there. But then she has a fashion crisis and she's like asking Eli, like, which one do you think? And Eli's like, oh, I like the fabric on this one better, like, you should wear that one. And then Max is just like, okay, yeah, meanwhile she's in her robe and she like sees Eli's nails and she's like, oh my god, your nails are so long. And then she just makes that little comment, and then Eli's like, well, if you have clippers, I can cut them. And she's like, oh, do you really want to? And she's like, yeah, I could. And she's like, well, they're in the kitchen, they're in the bathroom. And she's like, well, you know what, let me get it for you. And so then she gives them to Eli, and Eli's like, they're making my nails really sharp. And Max is like, let me just do it for you. So is this like their little foreplay, okay?
Yeah, because she's like, before you put those fingers in me,
which is funny.
You really need to make sure your nails are trimmed.
Which is so funny because she's like, we're not going to do it. Like, we're not going to have sex. But she's like, your nails are really long. Like,
ew.
Yeah, but then she's like, I hope I didn't, like, and she's cutting her nails. And she's like, yeah, there's like a trick. And they're like flirting, like, this really is their foreplay. Like, it's not a joke. But anyways, she's like cutting her nails, and Max is like, I don't really know why I made that comment. Your nails weren't even that long to begin with, but
she just wanted to talk about her fingers.
Yeah, and they're like staring at each other, and Eli like kisses her on the neck, and then they have sex. And we're like, oh my god, as if we didn't know that it was going this way. Because she's literally cutting her nails and Max is in a robe. So anyways, they do like a little sex scene thing, which I kind of liked. I thought it was really nice. It wasn't like,
I don't even remember it.
It was just like a lot of like different body parts, and it was like music over it. Which,
not a lot of tongue rings.
No.
There was no tongue ring yet in this.
There was no tongue ring yet in this. Or maybe... Yeah, there's no tongue ring in this. And so basically Eli is like shown the next morning. Max is like sleeping on the couch there. She like covers her up, and Eli's like so happy because she's like, yay, I had sex, and she's like interacting with these people, and she's like, hello, you know. She goes back, and Daria's just like, oh my god, where were you? And she's like, I should have called, but like, you know, basically I slept over. And so Daria's like, tell me all about this, like, don't spare any details. What did you guys do? And then Evie and Kia are like, oh my god, Max, like, it's good that we came home really late because it looks like you guys had a fun night. And Max wakes up and she's like naked but like covering herself, and she's like, oh my god, yeah. So they each tell their story of like what went down, and they're like, oh my god, like, how cool, but you left her there. And Eli's like, yeah, I'm playing hard to get. Which I'm like, that's kind of funny. And then after some time has passed, and Daria's like, oh my god, Eli. She's trying to tell her something funny, and she doesn't see Eli around, and she's like, oh my god, she gets a girlfriend, and she's never home. And there's like a cute little like scene at the end of them at the park, and they're really cute, and they're like holding hands, and they're really happy, and it's a happy ending for a lesbian movie, which I love. So maybe I'm biased.
Oh, that's so sweet. I did want to ask, do you, okay, maybe because I haven't been single in so long, but it seemed so weird to me that they wanted to know exactly what they did and like how it happened, because I never, I guess, but I also never had like gay friends when I was like first dating, so no straight, if a straight person were to ask me exactly what I probably would have been like, don't be weird, you don't need to know.
Just be like, we had sex, that's it.
Yeah.
I need to know like the details.
I just thought it was so weird that they asked for all the details, because I
like, tell me
ever
play
done
by
that with
play.
my friends, even if I might be like kind of curious, because I never want to be like getting too up in people's business. I don't know. I thought it was interesting that both sets of like their friends were like, tell me exactly what happened.
Yeah, you know, I can see that. I feel like, I guess it depends on like the people, right? Because like sometimes people are like, oh my god, we did this or we did that, or like you share stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like if it's sort of a one night stand, or it's like someone like a situationship, then maybe it's easier to share, because I've done that in the past, but I haven't given a play by play. I've just been like, oh yeah, we had sex, like that's it. But when it comes to like relationships, like, obviously, like, my girlfriend and I don't share that, just because I guess, like, you know, it stays between you two. Yeah. But I have had friends that tell me they're play-by-play with their significant others. Yeah. And I'm always like, you don't feel like you have to, but I probably won't share anything unless it's, like, very basic, you know what I mean? So I understand what you mean.
I feel like it's probably just because I've been in a relationship for so long, and I feel like it would be weird to...
give a play-by-play. Because that is kind of weird. Yeah. I was like, oh my god, tell me everything. But, I mean, yeah, it does seem like very different for them. Huh? Yeah.
But it is cute in a way, because I never had like a group of gay friends. So nobody would have, when I was like young and single, I don't think any of my friends knew what lesbians do.
Yeah, they're just like, what do you do? Like,
they're like, what?
They're like,
you just use a strap on? Because that's what I feel like
that's what that
is. Yeah. It is. Anyway, so thank you so much. That was a really good and detailed like recap, because I forgot about some things. But
I try to include a lot, but it's hard because there's a lot more that I'm missing. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the very artsy
because it's like, ooh, I don't know, they don't do that, but it's like it switches to something.
And there's like a lot of like Max is narrating or other people, and it's like, I can't include that all or we'll be here forever.
So now is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Our version of Fuck, Marry, Kill. Munch, Merge, Murder. So the options are Max, Kia, and Eli.
Okay. Do you know who?
Well, I really don't like Max. I know that she's the main character, but I thought she was really annoying, and
a lot of people think that in the movie too.
Yeah.
They're like, you're annoying, Max. You don't know when to shut up. You're rude.
Yeah, I don't like her, so I would murder her. And I would probably munch Kia and merge with Eli, even though it would have to be like an open relationship, because I feel like they're a cheater. I feel like Eli is a cheater.
Yeah.
Yes!
True.
And
No,
so,
I'm like,
I don't
Eli?
trust her. You're like, Eli would never.
Eli would never cheat. She would never cheat on her long distance girlfriend from Seattle, okay?
Yeah.
Don't talk about Eli.
Yeah. No, she looked really hot when she got a haircut.
And her suspenders, okay?
Yes. Okay, so, what is your choice?
I know. I seem to have glossed over that part a lot when I watched it first because I'm just like, oh, they're meant to be together.
Yeah.
But thinking about that now, I probably wouldn't want to be with somebody like that either. So I would just munch Eli. That would just have to be it. And hopefully she doesn't have a girlfriend at the time because that would be really fucked up. Yeah. I don't know. Kia is a really interesting character. I just didn't really feel anything for her, so I would murder her. And then I would merge with Max, as annoying as she is. Because I feel like I'm a little annoying too. So we just annoy each other.
Also, she's really pretty.
She is really pretty.
I just feel like one of your characters is really pretty, but her characters are so annoying. I'm always like,
I know, you didn't like her in the watermelon movie either.
Her character in the watermelon movie?
Yes, I want to
like,
say
she's so annoying. Yeah.
Oh my god. And she's also like really rude in the L word. She's a bitch.
I know.
But she's so hot, which is why Alice is just like, oh my god.
She's like, it's okay.
Yeah. So
that's so funny. Okay, well, I'm glad we had kind of different answers this time.
Yeah.
I feel like last time we had the same. So what would you rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 5?
5 out of 5 cheers.
Ah!
I love this movie.
Okay, so this is one where we have really different opinions because I gave it a 3.
Okay, I can see why. I can see it.
I feel like it was important. It's important that it exists.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like that they kind of talked about some issues like within the lesbian community.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was like kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it was probably a really big deal for 1994. But I just I didn't like it that much. I'm not that big of a fan. Like I said, I watched it before and I forgot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It was that bad for you.
I was just, if I was still giving it 3.5s, if we were still doing half ratings, I would give it a 3.5. But it's not enough for me to round it up to a 4.
That is okay. I feel like a 3 is kind of higher than what I thought you'd give it.
Yeah, it's like a C.
Yeah, it's like, it's good, but it's not like amazing.
It's fine, which is totally how I felt about it. I was like, it's fine. I'm not angry about it like some movies, but I'm not like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
So, if you're enjoying But I'm a Lesbian, please head over to our Instagram and TikTok to follow and stay up to date on our newest episodes and hottest takes. Follow at But I'm a Lesbian on Instagram, TikTok, and even Facebook.
Welcome back and get ready for our next segment, Cookie Jar Questions, which is kind of my favorite.
Yes! Okay, it is fun. It is maybe kind of bad that I didn't read through these because when we did the episode with Shavana,
oh yeah,
like they were all 2-part questions and
my
wife was like, you should go through them all and like take out ones that are crappy, but I'm lazy and I didn't do that.
I kind of like the
still
ones that are crappy. I don't know, they're just interesting to me.
I know. Okay, so you can pick one out first.
Okay, we like really mix this up.
Yeah.
I try to do this every time, but it always seems like I'm pulling the 2-parter question. Ooh, okay. So what's the sapphic version of he's just a friend?
Basically, also she's just my friend. I don't know.
I'm like, yeah, I guess I wasn't really. I was like thinking you're gonna have some like groundbreaking answer.
I mean, I have seen like the TikTok posts. This is not the same, but I was thinking of like how it's like. I shouldn't even say this. It's like, just let me taste it a little is like the lesbian equivalent of like, let me just put the tip in.
Oh my god.
And I know that's not what the question was, but that's all I thought of, and it made me laugh.
Okay, that's the sapphic version. He's just a friend.
Kind of.
I mean,
I feel like it really is like, I don't know how it's different. It's basically like, oh, like we're just besties. She's my friend. Like we just hang out a lot.
Or like the people that say like for straight people, like, oh, he's just like he's like my brother. I guess for like,
Oh, I always
girls
think
would be
that's
like,
weird when people are
she's
flirting and
just
they
my
say that.
sister,
Oh,
guys. She's like a sister to me. Which I've used that before, but I actually mean it. Like, they actually are like family to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's absolutely no romantic like desire there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. I think that was a weird question.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it kind of was. I was just like, oh, you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna have that level of excitement. Okay. Which I feel like which WLW character would you absolutely ruin your life for?
I already know yours.
I know. That's why I laughed.
That's so easy. Oh my god, this is so hard. Bet.
Okay. Oh,
she would absolutely ruin my life because she cheated.
Yeah, she would cheat on you
my
with the
god.
carpenter. She would probably cheat on you with Tina, because didn't she cheat on Jody with Tina?
Yes, she did. They cheated. Oh my god. So I'd have to compete with Tina.
You're cooler than Tina.
Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah, it was like no one likes Tina.
There are Tina lovers out there. I've seen a lot of you, which that's okay if you like Tina. We just happen to not like Tina.
I've just never met anyone that is like, Tina's my favorite character. But if Tina's your favorite character, we'll let you know.
Yeah, let us know why you like her specifically.
Okay,
What
well,
about-
mine is Shane.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm like,
I mean, it's funny that we both chose someone from the L word, but oh my god. Yeah, I would ruin my life for Shane. I mean, maybe Corky. I'm very into Corky,
okay.
but I don't know. There's just something about Shane. It's like,
Shane's like, she's just everything. She's so
Shane.
nice. She's so hot. I mean,
I know. Even though she's like so skinny and like, I'm like, oh my god.
but would you have a problem with her though? Because she is very clearly non-monogamous.
No, that's why she would
So
ruin my
that
life,
would-
because I would probably be crying all the time.
Or maybe she would like change her ways for you.
Well,
like,
that's what I would hope.
I would hope Ben wouldn't cheat on me, and then we'd be in the same friend group because
my
they're
God.
friends.
Okay, you know, like in Gen Q, how Shane had a wife, right? Wasn't she married to
She
the pop
was
star girl?
married, yeah, but
And
they had like an agreement.
Oh,
though.
they did? I thought
Yes.
maybe they were like monogamous for a while or something, and then
No.
okay.
They had that a little.
Never mind. Okay, I just don't know. Okay, here's another thing. This was not the question. I don't know if I could do an open relationship.
Yeah.
I have not had to worry about it because my wife is like the most monogamous person in the world, so it's not ever been something that she's like, oh my god,
I'm like,
we should
Caitlin,
do
let's
this.
try this.
If that happened, I would know that she has like a brain tumor or something, because like it
Something's
like
wrong
makes you like
with
act
her.
like weird.
Yeah, that would be very out of
Never.
character for her.
Yes, she would never.
Yeah.
So anyway,
She's not a man, that's why.
yes. Okay, pick one.
Okay. I feel like this one.
I was like, was it a twofer?
I thought it was. Okay, who's your favorite chaotic lesbian character of all time? Oh my god. My favorite chaotic character of all time. Why is it so hard to think of somebody now? Do you have one?
Well, yeah, but it's from the L word again. It's Jenny. I fucking love Jenny.
She's
I know
so
that she
chaotic,
is
yeah.
like, yeah. She's
Honestly,
wild.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's so hard. Oh my god.
I can't think of any sapphic characters.
That are like crazy.
Yeah.
If I would have to say a second, and I'm like so copying off like from you, but the L word, I would say for sure Alice too, because she had some crazy moments.
When
She's
she went
not-
crazy after Dana.
Oh my god, when she was like
broke up with
stalking
her.
Dana.
Yeah, that was weird. I
That
thought
was
that storyline
weird.
was so weird. I was like, why are they doing this to my Alice?
Okay, and what I
She's
also
like,
didn't
acting
like
so pathetic. What?
was when she outed that player on live TV on her little segment. That is something that I absolutely hated, and I already was like in between where I was like, okay, I really like you, you're a cool character, I absolutely dislike what you're doing. So I feel like she's chaotic for that.
I felt so torn about that when she outed him because he was being a fucking homophobic prick.
He
and
was,
so
but I
it made
feel
me
like-
mad, and I could understand her like anger to be like, really, you're gonna talk about your own people like you're gay. I saw you at a gay party,
Yeah.
but it was specifically like NDA type of thing. Like nobody was allowed. So yeah. Do we have time for more? Okay.
Oh.
I don't know why I purred. What? what are your sapphic icks and red flags?
Definitely if they are like, wow, I thought I'd have more right now, but I feel like basically the like main things, if they're not nice, if they are like very like wishy-washy, because I think I'm monogamous and I like commitment, so if they're just like leading me on kind of thing where it's like, oh, I like you, but you know.
But I like a lot of people.
Yeah, like
That's
it's okay if that's who you are. Yeah, I know. It's okay if that's what you are, but I feel like if you like communicate, then you can see like, okay, then I wouldn't really want to be with you, you know, if they're mean to animals.
Oh, I was gonna say that
Yeah.
too, or like not liking animals.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. I want to have like a lot of animals. So thankfully, you know, me likes animals.
I know, it's so cute. It's so cute that you both love bunnies.
I know when
That's so cute.
and we never knew like. In high school, I never knew that she had a rabbit, and she's had Bun literally since she was like 14 or 15 years old. And so I'm like, oh my god, and yeah, so I love that. And she wants a dog. I love dogs too, and we love our other cat, Prince. So
Baby Prince, he's so cute.
I'm like, that makes me want all the animals in the world, but there's not enough money or space for them, so.
I know.
I will do the responsible thing and not make them live a cramped lifestyle.
Yeah, and if you do get any animals, you're gonna get them spayed or neutered.
Yes, remember to spay and neuter your pets. That makes me think of Ellen. I used to love how she'd say that at the end, where she's like, "And don't forget to spay and neuter your pets, people." Yeah, that's our most controversial thing we've ever said, is that we do like Ellen. I used to tune in every single day after school for her show, and I forced my mom to watch it, and maybe that's a little embarrassing. I won't share that part, but. Her stupid dances she would do. I would also be like, oh my god, she's like in her chair. Yeah, I love that part. And I tried to do it one time, but our chair was like not really it. And I was like, maybe I'm too old to be doing that, so let's not copy her. Let's just dance and feel joy too. But yeah.
I love Ellen. I think she is a misunderstood Aquarius. Aquarians can come off as like really bitchy, and I think people just don't understand her.
Yeah.
And also like, you can't be on all the time, okay? She's a public personality.
She was the OG mean lesbian, but not really that mean. Just like a normal person. And people just disliked the fact that they were like, oh my gosh, she's rude to her guests. And I'm like, she's just
funny. And also, like, apparently she was rude to people that worked there. But,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I love Ellen.
Men and women fields. That's what that is. That's
yeah.
Because when a guy is like rude to their staff and everything, they're like, oh, he just knows what he wants. But when it's a woman, they're like, she's such a bitch. She's such a fucking diva. And I'm like, okay, I don't agree with like treating your employees, your teams as like, you know, like they're not people and just like saying that. But also like sometimes that's just what happens, guys.
And she's misunderstood. She's an Aquarius. They just don't get her.
Ellen apologist.
I know. I don't know. I'm like a big fan. I think she's so funny. Do we have time for another one? One more. Okay. Oh wait, did you pick that one?
No, I think you did.
Oh wait, I didn't tell you my red flag.
No, you didn't tell me.
Okay, well, I think I talked about this in another episode. My biggest red flag is I hate when lesbians try to act like men or talk like men. And also the thing that you said about Daria, where she was like being a fuckboy lesbian and trying.
Yeah.
I hate the lesbians that hit on like every girl.
Oh my god.
Which is also
so
like acting like a man to me, because men are like, who can I fuck? I don't care. Like, I'm gonna try to fuck everybody, and I hate when lesbians act like that.
She definitely was acting that way.
Yeah, it's gross. Okay, last one. Whoa. Oh, I cut this hunky. What's one thing you said on the pod that you immediately regretted or doubled down on?
Ooh. I know what it is, but I'm like, maybe giving away like different personal information. Like, other stuff is okay. I feel like I'm kind of an open book with some things, but maybe like location.
Yeah.
That was a no, guys. So what about you?
Yeah, that's why we'd be bleeping it.
Yeah. Thank you to Hua for
doing the extra work.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. And I haven't done it.
I think there's probably a lot of things that I should regret. One of them is literally from this episode, but I don't know if my wife's gonna edit it out, because I talked about what I call her JoJo. So
yeah, that one maybe she actually. Yeah.
If she did edit that out, then just gonna edit this out. So I don't regret anything because if it's
No
inappropriate,
regrets.
yeah, no regrets.
No regrets.
If it's inappropriate, my wife will edit it out.
Yeah. So there you go, automatic save, right?
Yeah. So I think those are all we had time for, but we got through quite a few.
We did.
And there weren't very many shitty ones.
Minus the first one. That one was
No,
weird.
the first one was just kind of weird. So thank you so much for tuning in to But I'm a Lesbian. We are the podcast that dives deep into sapphic films, TV shows, and pop culture. We're coming at you with unhinged opinions, hot takes, and sometimes just straight up chaos in the gayest way possible. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe and or follow on all platforms and keep this lesbian-led pod thriving. Also, leave us a rating and review if you feel so inclined. Thank you.
So don't miss next week's episode because by popular demand, we will be reviewing Driveaway Dolls.
Yes, which used to be called Driveaway Dykes. And then they couldn't get it into theaters, I think, with that slur.
So, that's going to be fun. It's available on Peacock.
So, we'll see you next Tuesday. Executive producers for But I'm a Lesbian are Caitlin Beatty and Angelina Herrera. Produced and mixed by Victoria Shiflett. Creative direction and video editing provided by Juanita Iriarte. Music by Stiletto Falsetto.